It's your girl Lishajoya. Good morning. I'm getting ready to go to work this morning. It's been a crazy past few days here at home, and nothing to do with my husband or anything. He's just completely amazing. But remember, I told you we took in a young girl and we were helping her, and she also is one of my coworkers. Well, she decided she voluntarily going to become homeless on her own again and camp around. Well, last night, she came in to take some of her stuff and she took her cats. My problem is if you have a safe place for your animals and you're going to go be homeless with your cats who have a safe place here with me, then why don't you just leave your cats in that same spot if you truly loved your cats? Also, I helped her out and I wasn't expecting anything in return. I don't expect anything in return because, you can't go through life helping people expecting things in return. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I was just hoping she would get her life in order. She was going to school and everything was going great, ambitious and working hard at the same job. And I was just so proud of her, how she was trying to turn her life around. And then all of a sudden she's got this new boyfriend and she's hanging out with her friends, which is understandable. They go on with her life and have a boyfriend and have friends and stuff. But these people are no good for her. I don't know about her boyfriend because I don't know him. Okay, so I can't say anything about it. But all I know is that these friends, um, they convinced her to go camping and for her to take her stuff and take her cats and be homeless again. They convinced her to be homeless to repeat that same pattern of homelessness that she's always had. I don't know if she's scared. I don't know if she's scared to get her life in order because some people they anticipate getting their lives in order, but when they start getting their lives in order, they go back to their old habits, their old ways, and they just do things out of fight or flight. And it's very frustrating because I believe in this girl to change her life. Like I said, I just don't go through hi everybody, how you doing? Um I don't go through life helping people expecting things in return. I go through in life helping people with a genuine heart. But lately, things have become a little bit toxic at work because of like things that she would say. And I know that these people have influenced her, even though she says she hasn't been influenced by anybody, but I know she has. It's sad because I see this girl go through school. She's going back getting her high school education. It's so sad because I see this potential in this young lady. She's almost like a daughter to me. And for her to go back and be so flippant it's beyond my own understanding right now. Plus she took her cats, which is understandable to take her animals. They're hers, you know what I mean? But at the same time, if you're going to go and become homeless again or choose to become homeless again after you say you want to get your life in order, is really it's contradictory. You know what I mean? And it blows my mind. When I was homeless for a year, I did not want to stay there. Okay? I did everything in my power. I had 2 full-time jobs. Plus, I did DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, anything I could to have 4 walls over my head. And if you guys go back to my YouTube channel about 5 years ago, I was homeless for a year and I was bounced from hotel to hotel to hotel. because I didn't want to become homeless. I didn't want to stay homeless, you know? And if someone who doesn't really want to be homeless, they will do things and they will keep working hard no matter how difficult it got to not be homeless. They will not endanger their animals that they have. They will keep them in a safe spot and have someone that they trust and to keep their animals, you know. I said hello to everybody. Hi Jess, Admin, Armin, Zayden, and the squiggly lit name. Sorry, I can't say your name. Anyways, so I mean, like I said, I'm not looking for anything in return. There's no way. Sorry, my chickens are in the shot today. Sorry, they're loud. Like I said, I'm not looking for anything in return. It just blows my mind how somebody would go back and be homeless on purpose. On purpose. And then take their animals. After they've had... I gave up my old room for my own son to help her out. I gave up that for my own son, just to help somebody out, just to have this not to be a sense of gratefulness. I mean, and then for her to, not even do her schoolwork and always be out with her friends, which is, I mean, I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing to be out with your friends, but if you're trying to change your life, you have some form of discipline because you have a goal. You have a plan in which you want to do to go change your life. And it's frustrating because I love this girl and I have this potential. I see this potential in this girl to become great. And for her to take these purposeful setbacks is beyond frustrating because I see the goodness in this girl. So you can't really help everybody. They have to help themselves. So if you try to do something for anybody in life and they're not coming up to your expectations, it's not on you, it's on them. Don't beat yourself up over it. Because right now I feel like I'm in the beating myself up phase because I had high hopes for her and now I feel like she's purposely setting herself back. But she's hanging out with these friends, smoking weed, and then being gone for a week and having me take care of her animals for her. And she got pissed off because I called her out in a text, basically saying she was abandoning her animals. Yes, I pissed her off with that. Yes, I did. I pissed her off with the fact that I called her out for abandoning her animals, not agree to take care of her animals. Or nor did she talk to me about, hey, Leisha, can you take care of my animals? I'm going to be gone for a week. I'm going to be hanging out with my friends, getting some fresh air. No, nothing. You know what, Benjamin? I've never smoked crack. Go. Yeah, where are you at? All right, here you go. Anyways. So it's just frustrating because I see this potential in this young lady, and I believe in her, and and also the fact she'd pin her animals, and she would leave her very sick cat, with me, and then she'd be gone for 2 days. Oh, I'm gonna be gone to go hang out with my family and go have dinner, and before you know it, she's gone for 2 and 3 days without even talking to me. Let me know, take care of her very sick cat. And I'll be babysitting her cat, and she'd be locking the poor cat up in the room by himself. And I'd feel bad because the cat's alone. And her attitude is, oh, I've left my animals with people for long periods of time, and this and this and this and that. But she never talked to you about leaving her animals with her, with the person. She just dumps them off and goes and has parties and lives her life and says she's getting her life in order, but she's not. So I feel like she partially lied to me, which really pisses me off in a sense too. You know. But I see this potential in this young lady to get her life in order, and she's not. And I feel like I've been lied to. Um, I feel very disrespected because, like I said, I gave up this room for her. Okay, I didn't even charge her rent really. She only paid me like 150, and then that's like the utilities, the water. Let her use my appliances. So she can get on her feet to better herself. So she can get her high school diploma. So she can get her driver's license. You know what I mean? Little things that you do for people because you believe in them, not because you want anything back in return. All I want from her is just see her soar like an eagle in the sky and be beautiful and be admired by everybody. You know what I mean? I want her to grow. I want her to be successful. But what she's doing right now is not successful, and it's frustrating. I guess I same issue I have with anyone I deem as child, because if you're working hard, you know what I mean, and you fail and you have some setbacks, that's fine. That's life. You're gonna have some setbacks in life. You know what I mean? But the key is the bounce back. You have to bounce back. You have to fight to bounce back. You can't just give up and, put your hard work on hold for a moment. No, you got to keep pushing no matter how hard it is. It's kind of like in the restaurant business. Just because you have a rush in your life doesn't mean you just stop the rush because there's a lot of customers you got to serve. You keep pushing forward, keep bouncing back, you keep dropping your food, you keep working hard so you can clear all those orders, so you have that sense of accomplishment that you succeeded beyond the challenge that you were granted. You know what I mean? So, so she's moving out of the house, and if she did not so already, she's already taken her animals, except for one. I begged for one of them because I feared that since they're going camping with kittens, kittens, little baby cats, that they're going to get hurt by camping and they might lose them, they might get hot in the car. Some animal will come and eat them instead of having someone with a sense of knowledge taking care of the animals or helping her take care of the animals. Or at least talking to me, hey, Alicia, I'm going to be gone for a week. I'm going to go camping with my friends. Can you watch my animals for me? There was none of that conversation. Oh, and I bought food for the cats because, they have this dietary issue. They need blah, 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 this and this and that. There was no discussion. And then her attitude at work, because I work with her. Her attitude at work is, she's been telling people, I'm homeless now, when she's had a place to live with me. So it's beyond frustrating, beyond my own imagination. So you really just can't help everybody. You know what I mean? You just gotta, but it's frustrating because you see the potential, but they don't grab it themselves. You see it. So yeah. Anyways, it's just beyond frustrating because you see a potential in somebody and then they look like they're working hard and all of a sudden they just stop. And she's hanging out with people and friends, which is not a bad thing, but at the same time, the people who I know she's hanging out with, I don't think are good people. Um, you know what I mean? Because if you hang out with people that are stagnant, eventually, no matter how momentum you have in your life, you'll become stagnant yourself because you'll gain some of their mentality, like iron sharpening iron, so to speak. So this is why I personally separate myself from people because I don't want to have that energy in my life. You know what I mean? And I just was hoping she would be pushing herself and growing herself and having that momentum. You know what I mean? It's just frustrating because I care about this young lady, um, super millennial. I really care about this girl. I see this potential in this girl. I believe in this girl, and and then she just takes her animals to be homeless with her. Why are you gonna punish her cats? Why are you going to do that? Why? Feels like that. It's like, but it's like, here, it aggravates me because I'm also an animal rescuer as well. I rescue animals all the time. And just to see someone put their cats as homeless feels like they're purposely endangering these animals, and it's beyond frustrating. But so it's just like you can't just help everybody. But at least I got one of the cats. You know what I mean? I got Chorizo. At least I got one of the babies. You know, I managed to save him at least. Right, Chorizo? Right, Guapo? Hey, Guapos. I saved this one. This was Chorizo. Is Onyx's brother. So, but at the same time, it's just beyond frustrating because, just the delusion of it all. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like. It's the delusion of it all. Because I don't know what to say anymore. It's just, you just can't help everybody, guys. You know, I believe you can help people, but there are some people who will purposely go back to their old ways. I don't know if she's scared to be successful, because some people are. Some people, when they see their potential, it scares them when they see that reflection back at them in the mirror. And it's not the reflection that they're used to. They're used to the reflection of failure and regret and setbacks and homelessness and this and this and that. They don't see themselves as successful. You know what I mean? They don't see that reflection of themselves. But I see that reflection of her as being successful. But she's just not. So she's purposely becoming homeless again. I don't understand that mentality. Why would you want to purposely become homeless, and why would you want to bring your cats to become homeless with you? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like I said, some people are just beyond helping, no matter how much you help them. And it's frustrating, like I said, because you see their potential, but they're not living up to their own potential. And it breaks my heart, to be honest. Hi, Sticky. Hold on. I have a climber. Hi, Sticky. So everybody meet Sticky. He's one of my newest rescues. Sticky. Sticky, Sticky, Sticky. Say hello, Sticky. Hi, Sticky. There you go. He knows I'm getting ready to go to work. So anyway, I don't know what to say. Just pray for this young lady, if anything, that she gets her head out of her fanny, and that she realizes that she has a stable place, people who care for her, genuinely love her, genuinely see her, want to see her succeed, and have the place for her to succeed. I hope she sees that and comes back and pushes hard to work hard. You know what I mean? Anyways, guys, I gotta go to work. I don't want to go, but I have to discipline myself. I have to push, and go from there. Just like I said, pray for this girl. Pray for me. You know, pray, 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 pray. That's all I gotta say. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, poke, pry, and ignore Benjamin Alexander's comment, because he don't know what he's talking about. Anyways, love you, bye, and have a good day. Bye. Come on, Sticky. Mommy's got to go to work. No.